Welcome to the TriniTechcast. This is episode number 94, and we are recording on the 16th of December. Oh my goodness, it's a few days before Christmas. I didn't really think I wanted because I have zero Christmas vibes, like zero looking forward to Christmas Day. And I don't know about you. My name is Andre Charles, Mr. Charles from makeITsimpleTT, and this is my co-host Akeem there. He's from
Yeah. I mean, Christmas is for the kids, you know. You're not feeling it. The kids are around now bringing out the Christmas spirit for you.
As so little vibes right now. All Christmas is basically cleaning, and I'm asking myself, why are we fighting to clean so much? Oh yeah, can we do clean the whole year? All right. Power washing the yard.
He was like one of them people, like when people coming over or like Christmas, that's like, okay, let me get the place a nice good clean, nice big clean.
Zero. I am a house realist, right? So if you know, I have 2 children, and my children has make mess all day. I'm not fighting to okay, my children older now, so they should be able to clean up after themselves. But if you have a 6-year-old, right, and people coming over, me and rushing to try to neaten up the place and make it look good, to act like this is how it does look all the time. No, if you are my friend and you come over, you know, I understand. Yeah, your children is cool, no problem. There's no girl seat here. Let's move that toy from over there. Okay, all right. That. But right now, yes, the place is fairly okay because I was maintaining a little standard with the children to try to get them to understand that you can't just throw stuff all over. Although I am a throw stuff all over person, admittedly. Yeah, I don't know. I have a problem. I'll rest things all over and ask myself, how did we get here? Because I thought I'd pick it up. What you just do? You just rush to clean up on things?
Yeah, sometimes, you know, that's at least when they walk in, this place look nice and clean. And then throughout the day it might get back. But like for my space in here, like my office space, wherever, I like to feel a little clean, a little organized.
Like my studio. I
feel kind of heavy. Like it's like, oh God,
it heavy? Well, if I look at the couch right now, I have one set of jerseys and hoodies and thing up on it because when I record in videos, I also have to do wardrobe changes. I have a place with hangers and thing, like real hangers and thing to put on the door, but I'll just take them and throw them on the chair. Because as I said, I have a problem. I'll throw things all over. And on top of my desk, right now, I have a whole set of 3D printed things that are printed, and I don't know how to organize it to make it look pretty. So I just have them rest down there like bunch of random boats and weird things that are printed. So, all right, you neat freak, you clean freak. When you was younger, you used to go by the barber all the time to like get your mark sorted out to like once a week or every 2 weeks or something.
Probably twice a week. Got a haircut once a week.
Twice a week?
No, twice a month. Sorry. Twice a month.
Twice a month you go for a mark and then you get a mark.
Cut my hair once a month.
And then you cut your hair once a month, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I was going once a month now as I was older, but when I was younger, my hair was longer, so I never used to fight on the mark thing because I used to mark myself.
Nah, when I was younger, you know, I look fresh with the girls.
Nah, you never try to mark yourself?
Of course, yeah. All the time.
Yeah.
And when you go back to your barber, you so like, who mark you? What barber you went by? He's not off your head.
You weren't faithful to your barber, that's things. I told you, that's the old talk. Glad to have you. Welcome to the TriniTechcast. For the person that filled out the survey, we are happy that you exist. The one person that filled out the survey said that how would you rate our podcast? Good. How do you usually listen to our podcast? Third-party app. How satisfied are you with the length of the episode? Very satisfied as the highest. Do you feel the content is engaging and informative? Yes. Yay! How often do you listen to our podcast? Every episode? Well, obviously, because you listen, you do the survey. Have you ever shared our podcast with others? Yes. Do you like when we do interview shows? Yes. Which episode was your favorite this year? Digital Payment Promise Again, episode 84. I don't know what I was about. Any comments or suggestions? How can we protect ourselves from these local scammers? That was the response to the 10 questions. When it comes to local scammers, so I not on that Shiva boat, like running down Ponzi scheme and thing. I don't know.
I mean, you could, since the guy like guests, we could invite Shivam to talk about local scammers.
Who tell you is a guy? It could be a girl.
Or
even
girl.
Though
sorry.
The demographics literally say that we 95% is male. But
well, yeah, it could be the 5%.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be.
And it's 2024. You don't know who identify.
Yeah, let me just go into So today's show is going to be about us talking about. There's going to be an EV leasing and taxi service in Trinidad and Tobago, where the cars that are being leased and used as taxis are only electronic, which is quite interesting, seeing that Kyron Pollard and Dinanath Ramnarine, two prominent cricketers, well, one older than the other, but are the ones who are with it. So they basically taking all the cricket money and investing it into a EV leasing and taxi service. We'll talk about it. We'll go to the website. We'll see how it goes. Today's episode is going to be a little shorter because we know it's the holiday season, and essentially this going to go up the week before Christmas, and while you're cleaning, you can listen to this. But most people are trying to listen to Parang. Yeah. Second thing is quantum computing with Willow. There is a quantum computing chip that Google has created, and I don't know if they had an actual chip before. Before it was just a big machine, but now they have it in a silicon wafer form, and it's doing some things that are mind-boggling to make people think that we are in the multiverse. So we'll talk about it a little bit. So one local, one international, because it was a slow news week actually. So we come back after the break and talk about the EV leasing and taxi service. Would you use it? Well, you probably made it this far in the podcast. That means you probably like technology a lot and like to at least hear us talk about technology. And that also means you may know somebody or somebody who knows somebody or somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who wants a website built or an app built or some sort of technology integrated in their business. If you want to help them out, you could send them to makeITsimpleTT, send them to us. And we have business services that range from building websites to building apps to invoicing systems to ensuring that technology is used in your company, to installation of routers, buying things online. So you can check us out, 308-8799. You can check our services out, or you could go to makeITsimpleTT.com and see some of the things that we've done and maybe give a recommendation to our website built or something like that. Back to the podcast. So what is this thing about? I only saw it because it was in The Guardian and it was Stuart Young was lauding it. That's the statement. Young lauds timely EV partnership. Former West Indies cricketer and co-founder of Go Electric TT, Dinanath Ramnarine, left. Public Utilities Minister Marvin Gonzalez, Julian Belgrave, Inter-American Development Bank, Country Representative for TNT, and Minister of Land Development, Penelope Beckles, former West Indies cricketer and Go Electric TT co-founder Karen Pollard are all smiles at the launch of the Go Electric headquarters in St. James on Saturday. So, what is happening here? A timely partnership, right? So, right. A timely partnership between two former West Indies cricketers is being hailed as a crucial push for the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions in TNT. Energy Minister Stuart Young is hoping for the launch of Go Electric TT, an electric vehicle EV leasing and taxi service company founded by Kyron Pollard and Dinanath Ramnarine, will further encourage private sector utilization of electric vehicles. The company was founded earlier this year after the cricketers approached the IDB to secure initial financing for the venture. According to the IDB country representative, Julian Belgrave, project financing included resources from the founders at close to $2 million, and the IDB labs providing reimbursable financing of $500,000 and a grant of $150,000.
USD.
Yeah, everything in USD. Everything in US. So they had to pony up $2 million. Now for Karen Pollard, $2 million US. That is chump change for that one of his contracts in the IPL. One to play for like 4 weeks. Them IPL contracts wicked out over there. Like it's be like, what? That is the amount of money you getting to play cricket? That's why they don't play for the West Indies anymore. Sorry. That's just not good on that road. That's just not good. Okay. So EV and leasing, taxi leasing service. You ever check the website for Go Electric TT?
No, I haven't. You have it there?
No. Just now.
You know, so like, So what I was looking at is they want to lease and have a taxi service. You know, I was just wondering, like, in Trinidad, outside of people who might have a few cars and say, yeah, we rent or whatever, like, we ever had a model like this, like a company on a big scale? Because if you invest in $2 million USD, at least going on like,
well,
you know, like
they are big
cars.
scale, but they don't have a website though. It's an Instagram page. That concerns me. That concerns me a tad. Go Electric TT. If I search for that carry me straight to the Interdevelopment Bank and show me the project detail, which is the total cost and the amount of money that they approve and they send and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, nothing. The Instagram page, Go Electric TT, has a picture of nothing. Yeah, the Instagram page just have 4 posts, which is them basically signing stuff, a picture with Brian Lara and
so do you think article. So the sign on this like the IDB stuff that came up, right?
Yeah.
What
all they have. The IDB stuff that come out is just a project proposal thing. I'm gonna show you the IDB website. The IDB stuff that came up is this. The proposed solutions to implement a private sector-led movement to increase scale and reduce perceived risk and adoption of electric vehicles and transportation for Trinidad and Tobago via the establishment of Go Electric TT Limited, a company offering both short and long-term rentals of electric vehicles. That is all it says.
So
I try to run back to the article. What's that?
No, go ahead. I was going to ask, what do you think the chances are this not just taking off, but being like successful and people, you know, adopting it? And say 5 years from now, you think this would make an impact on like the stuff they're talking about, climate change and adopting electric vehicles?
Here is my thought about it. Leasing a vehicle or borrowing a vehicle or renting a vehicle, right? We have a very high car rental clip in Trinidad and Tobago, right? Because I know some Trinis who have a car here, but they'll go to Tobago and say, yeah, don't worry, I'll just rent a car. And because they don't want to go on that boat for nothing. They only want to fly and get there, right? A lot of tourists, they have rentals. And I don't know much people. When I say I don't know much people in terms of, like, I have a large circle of people that I randomly talk to. But I know about 4 people that rent cars in Tobago. They just get some money, they buy 2 Aquas, and they put it for rent in Tobago. And the rental, I don't know about the rental laws in Trinidad and Tobago. If you need to have, like, if you need a car to be with the R license split, but
I don't see that no more. Like, yes, I ain't see that.
Yeah, it's a real P cars in Trinidad and Tobago that people are just rent. I don't know how the insurance does handle that and whatever drama, but yeah. So car rental in Trinidad and Tobago is a thing, especially Tobago, but I know of people that rent in Trinidad also. So the possibility does exist for the renting of the cars. The next thing now is people renting an electric car. If we get worried about banks stealing your money, charge anxiety, will stop a lot of people from renting or renting an electric car.
Yeah. I was thinking, not necessarily the renting part. You see, probably the renting part, because if you're renting, you're probably just visiting, and how you're going to go about charging your car or whatever. But you see the taxi part of it, a taxi driver, if you work in Portersville, Sando, and you work down much times, you might, that is where the thing will come in.
I guess now, if you think about it from the perspective of a tourist, who come for 3-4 days, and you tell them, once this car on charge once, it will have enough mileage to go 400 kilometers or whatever it is, and you just driving around beach hopping or whatnot, then it should last the duration that they here for if it's a short period of time. But if they had to go back and charge somewhere, we do not have any charging infrastructure to charge them. So they'll have to probably go back to home base or something like that. I'm not too sure. However, I know. I try my best to find a reason for this to work, but I don't know how it will work. And anytime you see the IDB involved and they invest in, that means their job is to try to push something that is going to be difficult to get done otherwise in that particular country. So
cause they talking. I don't want to go down, but they talking about climate change in Trinidad, and I'm pretty sure our climate footprint real small in the context of the entire world, or probably even Latin America. So I mean, is our, to put it on next way, is our way to get funding to do something you want to do. IDB they have funds just for climate change. As long as they see this is going to help climate change, you will get funding for it. They have an idea that it get past the proposal stage, and they propose a good idea in theory. That these electric cars would help with climate change in Trinidad, even though it might say for 2 million you get like 30 cars or something. Like say 30 cars, 40 cars max. That not going to impact climate change that much, but it would. On paper, you could say
they want to set a positive example. That's what the article says.
Yeah. On paper, you could say, and I mean, for people working taxis, a lot of them, a good bit of them I know does want to know after a while you could do a rent to own or
the taxi service part. Now, if they do it hybrids, I could see it making a little more sense. Because, it says electric vehicle. That's what they said. But we know that hybrid also falls into that category for them, because they have EVs, HEVs, PHEVs, and gas with EVs. No, gas with a battery. Yeah. That just reduce the I can't remember the name of that one. So, that's HEV, hybrid EV. Yeah, so hybrid EV, you don't charge the battery, you just put gas, and the battery will automatically charge back by the engine and just cut down the amount of gas that you have to use. So you don't directly charge the battery. Then there is PHEVs, plug-in hybrid EVs, where you could plug it in, charge up the battery, drive on the battery for as long as you can and then the engine will kick in. And then you have full EVs, which is just EV alone. So if they're going to give you a plug-in hybrid, then that will make the most sense, because you can go and put gas inside it and the gas will charge back the battery and it will just drop the amount of fuel efficiency.
I'm looking at the write-up here from the IDB, right? So the long-term basis are rentals of all electric vehicle fleet and will engage and outreach the public through education and benefits of those types of vehicles, I was off in terms of the amount of vehicles with an initial fleet of 15 vehicles to start
15?
up.
Yikes. Yeah.
Well, let's say initial fleet, so the startup will focus on the business sector of Trinidad and Tobago companies that typically own or lease fleets.
Okay. So a company that owns or leases a fleet.
So the project aims to help avoid 190 tons of CO2 emissions from fuel combustion over a 2-year period. So yeah, that there is the, proper proposal and side. This is what we're going to look to do.
Nah, boy.
TNT has a total of more than 800,000 vehicles, population of 1.4 million. So yeah.
All right. So if it's a company and you have a fleet of vehicles, what does a company do with a fleet of vehicles? I don't know, deliveries, maybe.
A fleet of vehicles, it could be a number of things. Transport is the biggest. One of the biggest reasons why you'd have a fleet of vehicles. Transport, whether it be you're transporting persons or goods and products. A lot of it is goods and...
All right, so if it's goods and products, that means it have be trucks or something.
Yeah. Trucks or vans or stuff like that.
Right. And EV trucks and vans, they're real expensive. That's definitely not enough.
They make no sense. Diesel,
Yeah. So it's the transport dignitaries and CEOs or something along those lines. I guess it's a good idea. It's definitely not meant for the public. Definitely.
Yeah. So
the only people that are buying this is the private sector,
So despite fiscal incentives on the importation of electric vehicles as a way to move toward lower carbon future, the adoption of these vehicles has been slow, accounting for less than 1% of new registrations. So with this, it will go up by 0.00.
I would love to be a part of that 1%. But just tell me
less than 1%.
Yeah. Well, if they say all I can get the BYD shark down here for a particular amount and
no, well, I mean, this is just leasing. You're not going to own it.
Yeah.
I don't think much people lease cars in Trinidad, meaning.
Well, that the thing, I don't think is from what I'm getting from it now, is not for direct consumers, is B2B. It's businesses they want to get this for. So businesses who have fleets, you could lease these vehicles from us. And therefore, you don't have to go and buy any vehicles for your business. You could just lease them from us at this particular price, and we'll give you the charging infrastructure so that when you come back, you will charge them, and it will cost you less in the end because you don't have to do maintenance on the vehicles, and you don't have to do this, and you don't have to do that. That is the selling point there.
For me, that's not making sense. I rather buy. Right, so let's say I leasing this vehicle, right? And I go and lease it for a 5-year period.
Yeah.
Right? I leasing it, and then I probably go and use it to try and make income on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is the leasing route. After 5 years, 6, 7, 8 years, you're still going to have the lease and paying this company a amount of money over that period of time, right? You're never going to stop paying this company if you want to keep leasing the car. Versus if you buy the car outright, you pay, like say buy it outright, right? And within a 5-year period, you work in that car, can make back the money you put into the car, and after that 5-year period, you don't have to pay no more money on the car. You own the car, you can sell it and make back money.
But then you have to service it on thing.
Now, but over that period, you're going to make back that money you put into the car. So it's continue paying at least for 5-10 years.
What if the EV lease so low that it doesn't make it puts buying an ICE vehicle in the shade, because normally when you lease a ICE vehicle, an internal combustion engine vehicle, for those of you listening, because it's not really ICE I'm talking about, you had to put gas, right?
So,
and gas expensive, but for the EV, you don't have to put gas, you just had to charge it.
So the same thing will kind of apply. The EV vehicle, you pay less in gas, less in maintenance. Instead of me leasing this vehicle, I just buy it. and I pay the less money, and after 5 years or whatever, it's still mine.
Okay. You sound like you just anti-leasing because it's better to buy and own it for yourself. It's like kind of like renting. Like, let's say to buy your own house instead of rent for your whole life. You know, there's some people that are content with renting, you know.
If you talked, I kind of in transport. I have a vehicle. I just lease right now. But it's my vehicle. So, I was probably a good person to talk. Well, a good example to talk on. So I have a vehicle. I just lease right now.
Okay.
Right? And kind of forget my train of thought. But yeah, I have a vehicle.
You just arguing against leasing and you leasing a vehicle. Go ahead, I'm listening.
No, it's my own vehicle.
Okay, all right. So you listening to somebody.
Yeah, I listen to somebody else, right? I remember, right? And if you talk to that person, and ask them if they would want to continue listening or own the vehicle, they would always say they will own it. There's always one to say, I want to work to own, because over a period of time, they're going to be paying back more money than the vehicle costs.
That's just capitalism.
Yeah, but
you can't afford a vehicle, so therefore you have to rent a vehicle, and we just put the word lease in front of it. So this is for this capitalism to be like, for businesses that can't afford a vehicle, they're gonna get one, and they're gonna feel nice because they have an EV.
Now, but what business that already in the fleet, having a fleet now, gonna be able to afford a vehicle?
The ones who had to cut back because AI taking the jobs.
Yeah, I understand what they're trying to do, but I'm not sure if our cult, like this does work right now in the US. Like, listen, like I know people in the US, instead of buying a new car, they would lease a new car. Like, they do that. Yeah, correct. A Benz or whatever, that's leased for 5 years and that is it. But here, people don't really do that here. People just go and buy a car at the showroom. We don't lease. If you are your new EV, you go and lease your EV for 5 years.
Well, I smarter. What's saying this? I smarter on that.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. I understand where you're coming from. I understand.
Well, like if. Well, I'm saying if it's the listener to companies, I'm not sure if the listener to the public, like to say somebody want to work taxi, and that's a use case, somebody work listener to a taxi driver or a taxi company.
Yes, yeah.
A taxi, it could work in that case, a taxi driver or somebody who's doing transport. It could work like that, because people just tend to want to lease a car to work taxi, or rent cars, or rent to own to work taxi. You know, so it could work like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, when they get a website, I'll take them serious. No, I'm not saying that I won't take them seriously, but we need to get more specifics about how this thing, you know.
Like for me, you see that Tobago thing. To go to Tobago, take a flight. Like if the same company have the electric vehicles and they're renting it in Tobago, I'll actually go to Tobago and rent it just for the experience. Like that's a use case for me.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't need to rent a car in Trinidad, you know, but Tobago, yeah.
Oh wait. And you're a usually person that went to Tobago once in your life. Yeah.
No. I went a few times, man. I went to the beach.
Oh yeah, we coming back after this. We're gonna talk about Google and the chip because yeah. I don't like the beach, but oh gosh, but yeah. Right now you're listening to Training TechCast, and more than likely you know that I love technology a lot. But more so, I love teaching technology. I'm a CSEC IT and CAPE Computer Science and IT teacher, and I have classes that are available. So if you know any student that's looking for quality CAPE Computer Science or CSEC IT classes, you can check us out at 308-8799 on WhatsApp or makeITsimpleTT.com/register. You can get classes, notes, recordings, IA, SBA help, everything that you could think of that will get you that one in CSEC IT. So you can check us out. Back to the podcast. All right, we're back after the break and we're talking about Willow Smith. Willow Smith is still a person. That's Will Smith's daughter.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
could actually kind of sing.
She gone back to her music career. I thought she just had whipped my hair back and forth and that was it.
No, she had a couple songs that was
Oh,
big on
for
TikTok a few
real?
years ago. Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh, yeah.
That was like in your TikTok heyday. I'm sure you probably hear the song, but then
maybe
it was Willow.
maybe.
Yeah.
You know what? While we on this, you know what I do with TikTok the other day? I turn off all notifications, Because
like you mean like coming up on your screen? Like the your push notifications?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that years ago.
For some reason, no, I had comments and DMs on, right? Because just in case I get a business, somebody DM me, I'll respond. But for some reason, they keep sending me, this person has posted a video, this person has reposted a video. And I never ask you to tell me when somebody reposts a video. One of my friends reposted a video. I didn't ask for that. And I gone all inside TikTok trying to stop it and all them, and it wasn't stopping. So I just turned off all.
Yeah, I did that years ago.
I was like, okay, cool. TikTok gonna get banned. We could talk about that after. All right. So, yeah. So this is the official Google blog page, and it says, our new chip demonstrates error correction and performance that paves the way to a useful large-scale quantum computer. So there's an actual chip. Today I'm delighted to announce Willow, our latest quantum chip. Willow has state-of-the-art performance across a number of metrics, enabling two major achievements. The first is that Willow can reduce errors exponentially as we scale up using more qubits. This cracks a key challenge in quantum error correction that the field has pursued for almost 30 years. Second, Willow performed a standard benchmark computation under 5 minutes that will take one of today's fastest supercomputers 10 septillion years, a number that vastly exceeds the age of the universe, to complete. So some sort of benchmark computation that was taking place, right? Now, here is the thing about what they said. Quantum computing, we spoke about this at some point in time, somewhere this year. Look out for the year in review podcast. It'll be after this one somehow. Yeah. Whenever this published, the next podcast I'll get will be the year in review, right? We spoke about quantum computers and what a qubit is. And normally binary is 1 and 0. But in a quantum computer, it could be 1, 0, or 1 tending to 0. No, or 0 tending to 1 or 1 tending to 0. Meaning it could be in a state of both 1 and 0 at the same time. And the problem with it is that it's very, very hard to tell all 4 states at the same time. Now, if you have all 4 states in binary, you have to the power 2, which is everything will go 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 256, right? 32, 128, 60, 64, 128, 256, right? Whatever, right? With a quantum computer, you have to the power of 4. So you have 4 possibilities. So you go and start off to be at 4, 8, 16. No, not 4. Yeah. 4. 4 4s are 16, and 16 by 16 is 256. Yeah, so it scales up a lot faster, right? Mathematically speaking. For those of you math heads, you'll understand how fast it could get to a really, really, really big number by just doubling 4, multiplying the multiples of 4 by itself. Now, they had a real big problem with it because it was very hard to tell the 2 unstable states. So they could tell you when it's 0, they could tell you when it's 1, but they can't tell you when it's 0 going towards 1 or 1 going towards 0. Apparently, Google figured that out to cut down the amount of errors that you're going to have. Now, from what I know, if I remember carefully from university, all chips have errors. All. Because it's electricity you're dealing with, and because electricity jumping from one place to another, you're going to have miscalculations. So they have error correction that happens in computers. So basically, anything that's calculated is go through a checker to check to see if the calculation is correct before it actually processes it. Something like that. To do it with a quantum computer, a quantum chip is a lot harder because you have way more possibilities to check for. So they figure it out. And now it could do very, very, very complex calculations that exceeds the amount of years that the known universe is. That is their statement. 10 septillion. The general impact of this is that calculations that have been really, really hard will now get really, really easy. There are particular calculations that make sure that the internet is secure. One of them is encryption.
Yeah.
So, like, are you worried? Should we be worried, or you think that they're just in a lab and they're happy with themselves right now?
Yeah, I mean that's one thing to worry about. I guess the next thing it's all things to worry about, things to look forward to, and things to, I don't know, leave you with a kind of existential crisis or whatever, right? What to worry about is that, in terms of encryption, and yeah, if this is the way things headed, a lot of things you have any pass might go out the door. Things to look forward to. Some people probably see this, as you was talking about, and think about Bitcoin. Mining Bitcoin, and well, I mean, it have a finite amount, but you'll be able to do it faster, however. And the existential part of it is the whole multiverse. If it's doing things so fast that it throw the whole conventional way of thinking, and it bring credence to multiverse and parallel universe.
Yeah.
And
let me see if I could
things.
So I could make sense of the multiverse thing, right? So essentially, if a computer could do a calculation that will take a normal computer the length of the universe to calculate in 5 minutes, that means the universe has to be a lot older than we think it is. In order for the universe to be a lot older than we think it is, then the chances are that there's a multiverse and that the quantum computer pulls time from other multiverses, or the quantum computer will be able to stretch into other multiverses to use up time from there, because we don't have that amount of time existing in our universe. Some kind of thing like that. It's like a bunch of rooms,
Yeah. I mean, it had a lot of theories. It had multiverse theory. It had the whole cyclical theory that.
Oh, you sound like you went down a rabbit hole at some time in your life, boy. Tell me more.
Yeah, where we just in a whole cycle of big bangs of expanding and contracting. So it just going and keep going around and around. In terms of, all right, you had a big bang, things go and expand so much that you probably go and reach like a singularity, and reaching a singularity might cause a next big bang. So that's a whole cycle. And people say that he's an old soul, or he was here before, and I don't know, I think some religions just kind of had this, in terms of you come back after you live in our next life, or you have a next life to live, So it had that whole theory that things is just a big cycle, and then it had the theory of this happening right now, but in our next universe, instead of that grey t-shirt, I might have on a red t-shirt, and your t-shirt might be grey, and I might have the Chinny TechCast logo in the background, and it might just have different versions of the same thing happening at the same time, and that's where the time will come into play.
So all of this because Chip could calculate something in 5 minutes. No.
Yeah.
I was ready to go and read, like, or watch some YouTube videos and thing on it, but I was a little like, that just, I just them trying to make it sound weird. I want them to do something that is world changing before I get to the point.
You think they'll actually tell us if they do something world changing? Because I don't know. I think that it have a lot of things that people in the know and in power that they don't necessarily release to the public right away, because it will erode some of your your core beliefs and stuff like that. You know, that's kind of why they're not releasing stuff from in the 60s or declassifying stuff from quite in the 60s or whatever now, because, you know, you can't release things now. So I don't know. I think it probably have a lot of things happening in the background that can't necessarily release to the public, because, I don't know, people
okay, all right. No. Give an example. Something to do with war, encryption, missile codes, what?
I mean, it could do it that, like, as I say, like, let me say if they just telling us this multiverse theory thing might be a possibility, but in the background I've had evidence that it's true. You know, I don't think they would come out and tell everybody, yeah, we actually living in a multiverse, and cause that would just rock a lot of people core belief systems in everything in reality, in the way things work, in the purpose of life, why we here, and, you know, it's just mind blowing, like, you know, but.
I get what you're saying.
But on the other side, whatever the stuff they're doing is interesting, and, you know, it kind of on the same part where you know, when we talk about AI, you know, is the way things going, and, you know, is cutting edge, and, you know, it's exciting, but at the same time it's had the other whole ethical side of it, you know, in terms of how it might be used for good or bad in the future. So, I mean, it's a good thing, but, you know, it's everything. You never know how people would use it, you know.
I guess we will see. We will see.
Now, with this whole multiverse and timelines, and, you know, just the whole side of quantum physics, I think that's something I like to think about.
I like to think about it, but you went further. You got information about it.
Yeah. I mean, the more I think about it, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. The more I think about it, the more things does make sense, but at the same time, you realize that is always reach a point where science can't really explain, and, you know, and I guess as to a certain extent, you reach a point in terms of in religion too. I don't get to think, but you reach a point in religion where it's hard to take a leap of faith. Same thing in science. It's always reach a point where you have to take a leap of faith, and that point is a point that we can't really explain, and that is where the whole quantum physics and quantum computing theories is coming to play. The whole multiverse and string theory and all of that.
Okay. I get where you're coming from. I want them to predict the weather, that's all.
In Trinidad, at least, you know, there's always these scattered showers.
Yeah. I see.
You know, it's hard times, literally, in my backyard, sun hot, I walk to the front, and rain started. Yeah.
I see they had some prediction thing that predicted a 15-day weather forecast, because right now they could only do 10 days. And they predicted a 15-day weather forecast. And I was like, whoa, 15, you say? That's kind of crazy. And it was using Google DeepMind, which is their AI model thing. So it's possible. It is. It just, if they put this quantum computer behind that, it's all over.
But this is something really exciting, you know, to look forward to see where it would take us, you know. Because I'm sure you could apply it to a lot of complex problems and mathematical things in physics that you really don't have no answers for. And that is the stuff I would be interested in, seeing how far this could push the knowledge that we currently have forward, in terms of everything, the universe, matter, all of that.
What is called this thing? The cancer one. That is the one that I think that are really important to solve, because how cancer is how cells replicate when you have cancer. It's real hard to go through all the possibilities of how the DNA does behave when it does cancer replication.
You think if they have a cure for cancer, they would release it? A lot of companies will stand to lose money.
That's the next rabbit hole. I don't know. I think it will become politicized, and some country will try to release it and make another country look bad. So the thing is, these technologies, like when we see these technologies happening in Western world, it happening in the Eastern world too. It's just that they are a lot more controlled about how they release their information. So yeah, we go into the moon. Or they could go to the moon too. They have rockets that could catch themselves. Yeah, China have rockets that could catch themselves too. Like SpaceX is not the only people that could do it, because I've seen the other videos. Would they have an electronic dog for Boston Dynamics? Oh yeah, China has them too. Eastern will have them. So this kind of supercomputer, quantum computer drama, sure. It's somewhere else on the other side. And once it becomes political and one country has to show that they're better than the other country, then things will end up getting released. That's kind of like the vaccine for COVID. We thought that it would get democratized by, not democratized, it would be capitalized and monetized by the American companies. But you see all kind of places all over is like, yeah, we have a vaccine too, we have a vaccine too, we have this vaccine, we have a vaccine. And it started to become political to show which country was able to get to it as fast as possible. So yes, my view on the cancer being like hidden thing is that now once they find it, it will become a political issue. And somehow we will end up being better off. Somehow. Kind of. Yeah, I ain't gonna say too much. All right, that's it earlier. We talk about all that we can talk about.
You might need a tinfoil hat to listen to this.
Yeah. We went too far. We went far. Already now gonna start to Google things and ask some hard questions. Go right ahead. Do that? Ask the hard questions, and we'll see how the thing go. All right, so this is our last episode of like normal tech talk for the year. Next episode is going to be our year in review. So it'll be shorter episodes from now on. So you should have one episode on the 18th of December. Your next episode will not be on Christmas Day. We will not do an episode on Christmas Day. Your next episode will be on... Actually, no, your next episode will be scheduled for Christmas Day. Hold on, no.
Or Boxing Day.
No, the next episode will be on the 1st of the year. Yeah. Next episode will be at the start of the year, because we had to record when you come back. And then we'll have the predictions on you. When you coming back again? Don't say it. We'll talk about this after. Anyhow, all you'll know episodes going on, because we can record some more right now for those of you all in the background. Don't forget to fill out the survey. Don't forget to let us know how you feel about it. It's in the show notes. And your feedback matters. Because whatever you say, we'll try to do, because you are our audience. And from the time we hit 100 episodes, things are going to start to change around inside of here, because 100 episodes is going to be our milestone. And then we have a whole sort of other stuff to launch.
Yeah, and start popping, man.
Popping. Wow, no longer I hear that. Yeah. You're real popping right now. This place
age.
Yeah, this place popping. That's horrible. Yeah. All right. So that's me. Recap is we spoke about EV taxi leasing service. Electric what TT? Go electric TT? No. Go electric TT, yeah, is the name of it. How it would work out in Trinidad and Tobago. But ultimately, we don't have enough information, so we can't say too much about it. And the next one is quantum computing with Willow. That is a quantum computing chip, which made us have some existential thoughts that somehow you're going to try and find out more information about. So that's it for today. Last official tech episode for the year. It's been wonderful so far. Look out for our recap episode coming up. My name is Mr. Charles, Andre Charles, from makeITsimpleTT, and my co-host here.
Oh, is Akim there for a bit underscore tech?
He was in deep thoughts because he was thinking about that multiverse.
Yep.
You could see it in his eye. Yeah. So we'll see y'all there. We'll see y'all in the next episode. It might be at the start of the year, it might be before the year ends, but next episode will be a recap, and then the next one will be what's the word by? A forecast. Predictions. Yeah, we'll go through the things that we said would happen last year in 2024, see if they came to pass, and then we'll predict what's going to happen in 2025. So, we're going there. See y'all in the next episode.